Hello guys, and the information is about coronavirus, the flu. It's atypical pneumonia is go on spreading all over the world, and I want to share you how I am going to face it and how I prevent this situation in my life. Situation, I mean illnesses, and I show you my experience. I don't advise you to do this. I share what I do in order not to be sick, not to be ill, and to be healthier, even in this situation when everybody is warning you that flu is coming, virus is coming, be careful. And I will show you what I use in order to prevent and when I face it. Because I have 3 times flu illnesses in my life. First was when I was about 11 years old, and it was a difficult time when I got the flu, and I spent about 1 month in my apartment. 2 weeks I've been lying in the bed without any power to stand up, but I could survive and I could move on, stand up, and to thanks to my physical emotions, physical intentions to be healthier, and my health before illness, I could survive and I could move on, and I could become healthier and healthy and recover from that illness, flu illness. And I have 2 more experience. I will talk about this outside of my apartment, and because we need a time to go outside, of course, despite of the flu information, because we need to go outside and to give us a little more energy in order to keep our muscles in tension. And I will show you what I do in order to prevent and when I face it. Okay, that's natural products, food, and this water, hot water with lemon, and I drink it all the time before the season when it comes more, when the weather is changing. I drink this from hot weather to cool weather or cold weather, and the same from cold weather to warm weather. That's good vitamin C, natural drink water, clean water, so you can help your digestion system, immune system to fight for your health. And again, onion is the best product because it's our, like in the movie shows onion in order to fight with vampire, and this virus is like vampire. It's going to kill us, and we will survive because thanks to this food, to this onion. Onion we can eat with bread, without bread, with salt, and it will help us to survive. Don't pay attention to smell. Smell works for you, for your health, and protects you from vampire, if you believe it. And ginger. Ginger is more risky product, but you can add to the food in order to mix with the food with other juice. I mean, fruit juice like carrots, meat or fish or other greenies. So it's like addings to your food, but good, very good in order to protect, to higher your immune too. And even when you get virus, you can use it. As to medication, so I use this cream for nose, oxaline, in order to, when I had infection in my nose, I use it for for protection my nose for stabilization, my nose and breathing system, and I use it first. Then I combine menthol, mint oil, with aloe, juice of aloe, and I use it. It's in nose. I sneeze it, and I use it as again to higher my immune system. And this Russian wrote in Russian, and in English too. It's Lugol solution with glycerin. So that I use when I have sore throat, when infection goes down. And this is iodium with glycerin, and I use it from my early ages, and I buy it by myself every time, and I have it in my fridge. That's iodium, which it's not only one iodium, it's water, it's glycerin. So you can see all this ingredients. It can focus. Oh, that's good. It's in Russian. If you need these ingredients, you can translate iodium, kali-iodium, and glycerin and water. Thanks to Ukraine, it's made in Ukraine. It helps me to survive and to kill infection in my throat. So that's all I use for my health prevention and for medication when I got the flu, I got the infection. First of all, it's infection. It doesn't mean which is virus you gave from your sore or throat. It doesn't matter. It's virus, it's infection. And if infection goes down to your breathing system, you can get pneumonia. That's a problem. And you need to stop it when it's in your nose. I use special cream, and I use menthol with mint oil with aloe juice. I mix it and I sneeze it, and it gives a little bit more easier to breathe. And I use in my throat through the mouth this glycerin liquid solution, and I use it for 2-3 days because it's a very active product, and it disinfected my throat and gives me more ways to fight with this. And now I'm going to go outside and share with you my 2 more experiences, how I fight with flu and how I fought and could recover. But I can warn you, because I don't have any problem with breathing system, with heart system. Just you can listen to my story and just leave it as a story, because I don't advise you to do the same, because I don't have any problem with these 2 systems, and I could deserve it. I could use it. And now I'm going outside. Of course, it's weather is nasty. It's a little bit snowing with rainy, but I'm going to find a place and to tell you my 2 ways of recovery. Well, guys, I'm outside, so my review of this weather is nasty, cloudy, without sun shining, and I am so little trees, and I'm going to share with you my experience, and I warn you that you don't need to do the same, because it's my health. I know what to do, and I don't have any problem with heart system, with breath system, and I only share with you my periods. That's all. And the second time when I faced the flu infection, there was when I worked in the school, and there was a lot of people, kids and adults, who had lots of flu infection, and I got infection only on the top of this time, not at the beginning. And I decided, why should I use medication if my body needs a little bit temperature, a little bit fighting with infection? Why should I use medication? And I added more lemon juice drinking. I added drinking soda to my food plan, and I add onion with salt. I drank a lot water with lemon, and I didn't stop eat food, but of course it was less because I didn't want to eat much, but I did not stop to eat food. And I decided to use I decided don't I decided not to use any medication. And of course there was very difficult for 2 days, because there was a high temperature, and I sweated a lot, and I lost lots of water. Of course, I drank lots of water with salt, with lemon, and I left lots of water. But in 3 days, I could stood up. I could stand up, and I felt better, and I could go even to work. I decided to go to polyclinics to get my illness list, but I could not, because in 3 days I could stand up and my temperature was less. I had a headache a little bit, but I recovered in 5 days at all. And the last time when I faced the flu, it was when atypic pneumonia period, and the infection was too hard, too tough for me, and I got it at the beginning because I again went to work to school system where there were lots of people, adults and pupils, and my last attempt to fight with the flu infection was bad. I want to say that I'm healthy. I have good breathing and heart system. I was at that period teacher of physical education. I spent 2 weeks in a special medication course in order to work with pupils who had scoliosis, lordosis, some problem with digestion like gastric or other illnesses. So I know what to do. And at that time, when I got the flu, I decided again not to use medication because I knew they're hopeless, they're useless for me, and I decided to add physical exercises to my plan to recover. And I started from my neck to my feet. So I started from up to down, like blooding system goes, and the attention of physical exercises was too high because I needed more sweat, more temperature in my body, and I decided to work hard to do lots of exercises. It's maximum I could do at that period. And after that I went to shower, and I've got mix of water shower, cold, not cold, cool and warm. Firstly warm, then cool, then I mix it, and when I went out I felt very comfortable emotion. Like I, I was not tired, just a little bit, and I was so impressed that I didn't feel any ill in my headache, in my head, in my tendons, in my body at all. And I sweated a lot at night, and in the morning I could stand up, and I feel so healthy, so nice, and I did not expect it. I knew that I could survive, I could recover, and I could work hard, and nothing happens to me. And but just I cannot explain how I felt, because it was a real new energy, new body, new mind, and recover was about 2 days. Of course, I used glycerin with iodium for my throat, for my nose. It was cream, oxalin cream. I helped myself. I drank soda, sodium, drinking sodium, and of course, I helped myself to get more uh, healthy vitamins products. But I was surprised that physical culture, physical exercises, and contrast shower could recover you better and faster. But as that's my experience, and use your own experience. Uh, use all possible things in order to be healthier, to fight with infection or to prevent the infection. Bye. Be healthier.